What's going on, guys? Dwayne here with Dwayne TV. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about the fact that success is a daily thing. I was inspired to do this video because there's a lot of things that go on in my mind a lot. And I wanted to share some of the things that I have picked up along the way in regards to mindset that has changed and shaped me and kind of changed the way that I see things and the way that I move. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about some of my favorite quotes from John Maxwell. And these quotes, and this is just a couple of them, but these quotes kind of stick with me. I have talked about in the past before about my mindset and having a positive mindset and finally seeing the glass is half full. It took me 41 years to get to that point. I am now 45. So I'm choosing to see things as positive. I'm choosing to see that the glass is half full. So one of the things that John Maxwell says is the fact that success is a daily thing, not a destination thing. A lot of us think of success in a certain way. We frame it a certain way. We see it a certain way. And most of the time it has to do with arriving to a destination, right? We don't count the journey as a part of the success. We count the destination, the arrival of the destination as success. And so the fact that he says success is a daily thing, it really helps me to focus on what's important. And what's important is the daily thing, not weekly, not monthly, not quarterly, right? Not yearly, but daily, because the power is in the daily, right? So that's one of the things he says. He says success is a daily thing, not a destination thing. In addition to that, he says that the secret to success is determined by your daily agenda, right? Once again, emphasizing daily, right? So the secret to success is determined by your daily agenda. What do I do daily? What are the choices that I'm making daily? What are the decisions that I'm choosing daily? Because this is going to shape my future. This is going to shape what life looks like or what things look like a month from now, the choices that I make daily. And I'm not going to lie, like this is, kind of common sense stuff. However, like most things in life that you hear and it makes plenty of sense, it never matters until it matters to you. OK, it just doesn't. Hearing about somebody else's success story is irrelevant until you experience that for yourself. So the secret to success is determined by your daily agenda. So instead of getting overwhelmed and focusing on days or months down the road, focus on what you do daily, on the decisions that you make daily, on the decisions that you manage daily. All right. So once again, success is a daily thing, not a destination thing. OK. And he also says, like I said, the secret to success is determined by your daily agenda. And one of the things that helps you be successful on a micro level, which would be daily, is your mindset. Your mindset is crucial. OK, and I'm not going to lie, like my mindset was kind of broken. You know what I mean? My computer upstairs, it's just on loop. I mean, you guys know this. I mean, there's only so many things that you continue to think about over and over in your life. You know what I mean? It's like if you're a certain age, you're always thinking about finances. You're always thinking about family. You might be thinking about health. You might be thinking about the future. You might be thinking about your children, their success. But there's only so many things that's going on loop, right? Your career. These are the things that we think about and fret about daily. And it's just there. And it's just like repeat, 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 repeat. And we don't think about the fact that like, we need to have a good mindset. We need to have a positive mindset, because how our mindset is will affect the actions that we take or the actions that we don't take. Okay. And so your mindset is super duper important. It's so important that the Bible mentions that you should renew your mind daily, right? Once again, going back to the principle of the title of the video, success is a daily thing. Another thing is success is determined by your daily agenda, right? And the Bible says, renew your mind daily, not weekly, not monthly, quarterly, yearly. It says daily, and it says daily for a reason, right? And so once again, mindset is super duper crucial and super duper important. And you should value that. It's incredible how many years you can go through life and not put things in order or perspective, right? Like, you're worried about finances, you're worried about family, you're worried about future, but you don't necessarily have a plan, and you're not focused on the actions that you take daily, which success is determined by your daily agenda. Another thing that John Maxwell says is, what you want to be tomorrow, you've got to do today. What you want to be tomorrow, you've got to do today. I mean, that's magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very interesting if I talk about myself and I talk about my personal journey. Let's just talk about my health journey. Back when I was 255 pounds, I didn't necessarily know or could picture what the end would look like, or, like what my body would look like, how I would be, how I would feel. Right. Because you don't necessarily know exactly how it's going to turn out, but, you might have an idea. So the thing is, if I want to be a healthy person, right, then I need to take the daily actions of a healthy person, right? More than likely, a healthy person is probably making good choices food-wise daily. Before they're even making choices, healthy choices food-wise, they're getting knowledgeable about what they're putting in their body, right? A lot of us, myself included at one point, totally didn't understand like how what I put in my body is going to be reflected by my body, what I'm putting in my mouth, right? So if I'm eating a bunch of carbs and sugars, over time, not necessarily daily, it's going to reflect, but over time, over a 6-month period, or a year, or 2 years, or 5 years of what I'm putting in my mouth, my body's going to reflect the choices that I've made daily, right? It's going to reflect that. The same way that if I choose to educate myself on what protein, carbs, and fat is, and trying to understand, okay, how much protein should I be trying to eat? A lot of it is just us choosing not to be aware, or worse off, just not even having the thought, because sometimes it's as simple as not having the thought. But that's why when you value mindset and when you value trying to be a better person, you should expose yourself to things that are going to make you a better person, right? So if I know that I want to be a better person and I'm working on my mindset, obviously mindset's important because I need to pour in positivity so that I could see the world through a lens of positivity, right? Instead of choosing to see the world through a lens of negativity. And trust me, you're going to see what you focus on. That's just what it is. If you decide to be negative, you're going to see a bunch of negative stuff, right? And the same is true. Once again, the glass is half empty or the glass is half full. So I like the fact that he says, what you want to be tomorrow, you've got to do today. So I know that if I want to be healthy down the road, that I have to make the choice to be healthy right now, right? Once again, going back to the fact that success is a daily thing. It's a daily thing. And what's interesting about that is you're not necessarily asking yourself to be perfect today, right? Success is not about perfection, right? Accomplishing your goal is not about perfection. You're not going to have a straight line from A to Z, from here to success, right? Whatever that journey is, it's never going to be a straight line. Now, of course, we always want it to. We want it to be smooth just because we're humans and we're wired to want to have comfort and be comfortable the entire time, right? As if life is a comfortable journey, right? Like nobody has a smooth ride and a comfortable ride throughout life. Even if they have all the things and all the money and all the experiences, there's still something that is giving them a hard time. So, I think it's incredible. The fact that there's so much power in focusing on what I'm doing right now in this moment. And we underestimate that power. And once again, it's not about perfection. It's just about the overall picture, right? So in addition to trying to manage your decisions daily, right? Because success is determined by your daily agenda, you still have to give yourself grace. And you still have to be patient with yourself, right? If you're not perfect today in the decisions that you make, the beauty is you get to do that again tomorrow. You get to try again tomorrow. And I think one of the really cool things is that when you set small goals for yourself, or you focus on the now, that it accumulates, right? It accumulates and it builds. And the beauty in that is the results will show over time, just the same way that the bad choices that I've made for years and years and years and years will show over time. So the same is true. Another one of the things that John Maxwell says is the fact that he talks about you visualize tomorrow, but you value today. You visualize tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to be X. Tomorrow I want to be Y. Whatever tomorrow looks like for you, your financial goal, your career goals, whatever goals it is, right? You visualize that, but you value today because today is all you'll ever have. You have today, you have right now. You don't have tomorrow. Tomorrow's not here yet. You don't have next week. You don't have next month, right? That's why you value today. Once again, going back to the fact that success is a daily thing. The secret to success is determined by your daily agenda. What you want to be tomorrow, you've got to do today, right? Visualize tomorrow, but value today. For me, that's magic. I mean, when I tell you that that's in my head, it's in there. I can never forget that. Never forget that. And it's so interesting because these are the things that I think about. You know, another thing that I think about, which is not by John Maxwell, is the fact that life is a microcosm. The day is a microcosm of life, right? The day, today, is a microcosm of life. Every day you are born and every evening you die. And that's all life is, an interval between birth and death. That's it. If you've wasted a day, then you've wasted your life because all you will ever have is a day. That's something by some guy that I don't remember, but I remember what he's talking about, right? I mean, it's so powerful, right? The day is a microcosm of life, right? Every day you're born, you wake up every morning, and every evening you die. And that's all life is, an interval, a space between birth and death. One day you will find yourself at the eve of your life, right? And if you've wasted a day, you've wasted your life because that's all you'll ever have, an interval between birth and death. To me, listening to stuff like that is just so powerful because, like, when you think about it, and these are things that we know, when you think about it, when I go to sleep at night, right, and I have my plans and my alarm is set for 3:45 a.m., I am basically dead, right? you don't think of it that way, but like you may as well be dead because you're unaware of the things that's transpiring through the night. It's not like you're sleeping and you're saying, I'm conscious that I'm sleeping, right? No, you're unconscious, right? And then here's the most important part. When the alarm goes off, the alarm doesn't wake me up. You know what I mean? Like it wakes me up, but it doesn't wake me up. And so it's incredible to think about the fact that I go to bed every night expecting to wake up tomorrow. What happens if I go to bed and I don't wake up, right? Because that's a thing too. And that's why it's important to value the day. And that's why, once again, the secret to success is determined by your daily agenda, right? Success is a destination, not a destination. Success is a daily thing. It's a daily thing. And once again, when it comes to success, it's not about perfection. We're never going to be perfect. It's about the overall, right? The overall projection or the overall results of the days, right? I know that if I have a goal for myself in 3 months, how I spend each day is going to affect what happens if my goal is 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, what I've spent the majority of my days doing is going to be the result. If I spent 90% of my days being successful and deliberate and intentional and taking steps towards my goal, then I'm going to be 90% successful. If I spend 20% of my days being successful, then the results are going to be as follows. And so it's incredible just because there's no magic in that. You know, when you're deciding to make good decisions on the daily, nobody is seeing that. Nobody is taking score. You're the only one that really knows what's going on, right? It's a lonely journey, right? But it's also, that's where the magic lies as far as I'm concerned, right? Because I know what I'm doing on the daily. I know that, okay, you've done this today. Okay, good. Okay, you did this tomorrow, the next day. Okay, cool. You've done this so many days in a row. And so to the outsider, it's very insignificant. They don't see anything. You know what I mean? They see a snapshot, and the snapshot is exactly that. It's not the entire story. It's just a random snapshot. Okay. But like I said, I wanted to take the time to talk about the fact that, you know, success is a daily thing. And I wanted to share those quotes by John Maxwell because, man, he speaks to me. And, you know, I think it's cool. I would like the opportunity to continue to affect people in a positive way. And so I hope that, you know, people will see this video and be inspired. And I hope that it will inspire change, you know, not perfection, right? I cannot tell you how many times I used to make jokes about starting tomorrow. Like I was a clown. I'd be like, yo, I'm starting tomorrow, right? Or I'm starting on Monday, right? So as we come closer to the end of 1 year and the beginning of another, of course, this is an easy and great time to have goals. But I want to encourage you in setting those goals, focus on what you're doing daily. Value today, right? Visualize tomorrow. Cool. But value today. Success is a daily thing, not a destination thing. It's a daily thing, right? So once you get to the destination, it's a culmination of what you've done daily, right? You don't just, oh, I'm successful. No, right? It's about the daily accumulation of the actions that I decided to do. And I want to encourage you guys to do that. So this is a live stream, by the way. I realize that I've been talking for almost 20 minutes, but I wanted to make sure that when other people are watching this video back, I wanted to make sure that they had some good content in the beginning of the video before getting into the live portion. So it's a Sunday afternoon here in Houston. And, you know, I decided to jump on here And at first I was like, should I make it a regular video or should I make it like a live stream? So I wanted to just check in with you guys. I see we have 7 viewers right now. If you haven't smashed a thumbs up, go ahead and do so, please. If you're not subscribed to the channel, my name is Dwayne. This is Dwayne TV. On this channel, I'm going to be talking about a bunch of things. I'll be talking about investing in the stock market. I'll be talking about credit and credit cards. I'll also be talking about driving Uber here in Houston. And then I'll have the occasional random topics where hopefully I'm talking about something positive to affect people in a positive way and inspire change, and not even change, but just inspire action, right? Just get started. You know what I mean? I'm so fortunate that I have this platform that is YouTube. And even though I don't spend a lot of time thinking about, oh, you know, I'm affecting people in a positive way and blah, blah, blah. I don't spend time doing that. But I love the fact that I do have a voice, which is really, really neat. And I am absolutely committed to bringing content to people and sharing as much as possible. And I'm going to continue to do that. And it's really, really kind of neat just because like I know that these videos can and will serve as a timestamp or a time capsule, you know, and I know that like my kids will have the opportunity to come and watch these videos. You know, right now my kids, you know, they don't care about whatever I'm doing. But you know, when there comes a time that I'm not here, at least they'll have the opportunity to come and kind of check out, you know, what dad was talking about, you know, if they want to see me, right? That type of thing. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. If you have any questions or comments, slap them into the live stream, into the chat. This is a chat. Like I said, this is a live stream. Like I said, we got my boy Pipeline Podcast in the house. Says, hey, Dwayne, I'm in a meeting right now. Hopefully you'll still live. Once I'm done and the meeting is almost over. He says, I saw your portfolio update and I was like, what? The market shot up significantly, but you're still in the red. No, absolutely. I'm still in the red because of the things in which I invested in, because those things have gone down. It's just one of those things, man. I mean, it's weird. It's like, you know, it's I don't want to say it's like I can't win, but it has a lot to do with the things I'm invested in. Right. You know, like I have a lot of money tied up with, you know, companies that have not done well, which would explain why my portfolio has gone down. We got Pup in the building, says first time here, but I'm digging the info. Oh, man, thank you for taking the time to comment. I like that. That makes me happy just to see that someone's new and someone's being vocal about letting me know. I like that. That's always incredible to have new people in the live stream. So thank you so much for stopping by. More importantly, thank you so much for taking the time to comment. Like I said, that's freaking dope. Like absolutely dope. Let's see here. Once again, this is a live stream. So if you know what I'm saying, if you want to say something, feel free to slap it in there. I'm not worried about staying on here insanely long. I just wanted to, you know, plug in with you guys. You know, I felt like it was time. There's a lot that's been going on in my brain in regards to this channel. And that's kind of why I, you know, finally pulled the trigger and said, you know what, I'm going to change, you know, the channel and just throw all the content on this one channel. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how that goes, but I'm committed to the process and it's just going to make my life easier because I'll just have all the content on one channel. We got Aaron Jr. in the house, says hello from Atlanta again. How's the weather in Houston? Raining here in Atlanta. Eric, man, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. The weather here is pretty good right now. Actually, we had a little cool front come in today, but right now I think it's probably in the 60s. Oh, it says 58. So look, this is right now. Not too bad. And then we got the week coming up. See, we got some, I mean, this is good weather. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, yesterday was like 83 degrees. So yeah, yesterday I was driving Uber, not yesterday, it was Friday actually. And I had a lady that came back from Atlanta and she was like, oh, it's cold. It was cold in Atlanta. So she was saying she had to take her jacket off when she got to Houston because it wasn't cold. But yeah, Eric, appreciate you stopping by, man. Thanks for taking the time to slap that comment into the live stream. Like I said, this is a live, so if anybody has any questions about anything, feel free to throw them in the comment section. If you are just joining, you definitely want to watch this stream from the beginning, just because I took some time to share with you guys some of my favorite quotes by John Maxwell. And mindset is super important. And what's interesting too is the fact that you can spend years doing something before you can reap the benefits of that thing, inadvertently, and not, maybe I should say inadvertently. I can be philosophical. I like to think. I'm a sentimental kind of guy. I like things that kind of challenge the way that I think. And it's interesting because I've spent a lot of time listening to things and thinking about things. And it's incredible how long it takes some people to take action, right? It's like if you are interested in a car, or you're interested in whatever that thing is, right? And you do research on the thing. It's incredible how many times you have to research that thing, or for that thing to keep popping up and keep popping up and keep popping up and keep popping up before you finally pull the trigger and decide to take action or get the thing that you're researching. So the same is true when it comes to mindset and thinking about the things you want to do and the things you want to accomplish. I've spent a lot of time in theory in my head, thinking. And while my life is not perfect, and while there are things that I want to and need to pursue, it's just interesting how long it can take somebody to get serious enough to take action. And of course, there can be things that can kind of stifle you or discourage you from taking necessary steps. But I want to tell you, and I want to encourage you to, number one, be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Give yourself grace, right? Try not to worry about being perfect or attaining perfection, right? Perfection, in a way, is unattainable, and it's kind of pointless. I guess it gives you something to chase or something for which to strive, but it can be kind of pointless. What I will say is definitely spend your time concerned with what's right in front of you and what you can control in this moment, right? In this moment, I can control what I'm doing today. In this moment, I can control the choices I'm making right now. And know that there's power in that. There's power in the choices that you're making right now, the choices that I will make today, right? I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and it's absolutely powerful. If you're deliberate and intentional about how you spend your day, how you use your 24 hours, right? I guarantee that if you try to maximize that, if you try to be aware and deliberate and intentional with the actions that you take, you will start to transform. And the beauty is there's so many different things that we can transform and spend our energy, right? There is the physical, there is the mental, there is the emotional, there is the spiritual, right? There is the financial space. There is the family dynamic. There is the career dynamic. There's the friends dynamic, right? There is the what kind of vibe do you give off dynamic, right? What kind of person are you? What kind of energy do you have, right? When you enter a room, you know what I mean? How do you interact with others? There's so many different categories that you can work on and improve. And, I get it. You could be selective about the things in which you want to improve, right? Like you can improve, health wise, and like still not care about other categories, right? Because that's just how it is. But you definitely want to make sure that you're spending time and energy on the things that's going to improve you as a human being. The physical and mental aspects are super duper huge. I mean, I cannot tell you how fortunate I am to be as healthy as I am right now. And I'm so grateful that I value the day. I value the day. I value the choices that I make. I value being aware. And for me, it's not stressful, because I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the 75-year-old me, the 85-year-old me. I have some good examples in my life. My mom's mom was in her 90s when she passed. My dad's mom is 98 right now. And great examples. I want to be active. I want to be healthy. I want to be in my right mind. And I'm thinking about that now at 45. I'm not waiting to be 65 to start thinking about being healthy and start thinking about the fact that I need to be better, or that I need to, exercise or stay active. No, I'm forming those habits now so that when I'm 65, it's a habit. The fact that it's an Aristotle quote that says, "We are what we repeatedly do." Therefore, excellence is not an act, but a habit, right? It's a habit. We are what we repeatedly do, right? And excellence, I mean, you could take excellence out of there and substitute whatever word you want. But the thing is, it's not an act. It's a habit. And a habit is something that doesn't necessarily require a lot of brain power, because we just do it. Like when you get up and walk, you're not thinking left, right, left, right, left, right. You're just thinking, I'm getting up and walking, right? So, yeah, I mean, all that stuff is good stuff to me. We got Pup with another comment, says, "I definitely need to surround myself with people who take action. Most people I know, you have to beg them to lift a finger." Yeah, I mean, it it can be tricky. I mean, a lot of people don't even think about how important that is. I was very, very lucky. My circle of friends in high school, I was very, very lucky. I was always around people that were smarter than me. And I say always, but most of my time was spent with people that are smarter than me, just because that's just what it was. Like I was in band, so I had a lot of band friends, and like every year that I was in high school, the valedictorian was in band. You know what I mean? And I mean, we had some smart people in band, and so I was always kind of around people that were above me and thought on a different plane, and were definitely above me academically. And I was never like, oh, I'm so dumb, like that stuff encouraged me. Somebody else might say, oh, what's the point? But once again, that's kind of looking at the glass half full. And even though, like I told you earlier in the video, it took me 41 years to see the glass as half full instead of half empty, it's half full, right? That perspective shift affects the way you look at the world, right? There's a quote that talks about the pessimist sees the struggle, right? Versus the optimist sees the opportunity in the struggle, right? It's not quite word for word how that goes, but you get the drift. Listen, I am going to wrap it on up here. I really appreciate you guys. If you've stuck around, which I only got 2 people in the stream right now, but you definitely want to go back and watch this live stream from the beginning. Hopefully it will, aspire action, change, definitely thought, definitely food for thought. You know what I mean? That's going to be pretty much it for this video. Once again, my name is Dwayne with Dwayne TV, and I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace. Have a good day, guys.